Bonjour Afolake.
Hi Hanan.
Hello.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You can hear the director the other side calling the morning call a flight. So today we have Marique, we have Afolake talking about travel. And what do we have today?
Well, pretty much I'll be talking about various things, and the first I have here has to do with Nigerian new visa policy. The country is easing the visa process for foreigners who seek to come to the country either for tourism or for business by removing some of the bureaucratic bottlenecks. The new review would also benefit Nigerians as passport reissuance has been decentralized, so Nigerians no longer need to go to Abuja, the capital, to get that done. In a statement on Sunday by the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed stated that the measures are part of the actions to ease the doing of business and also to boost tourism in the country. And to China, Chinese tourism to Africa is up and is becoming, Africa is becoming popular tourist or holiday destination for adventure-seeking and Chinese tourists. The number of visitors last year went up, basically because of the loose visa restrictions and new direct flights from between China and other African countries such as South Africa, Kenya, Ethiopia, among other famous destinations. The Chinese arrival in South Africa alone went up by 93% last year. These tourists are looking for more holiday destinations beyond Europe and shifting their targets away from regular shopping like they do in this region, to something more exotic culture, to experience that exotic culture and services which the continent has to offer. It's according to some statistics, Chinese tourists averagely spend 3 times more than any other foreigners, and according to the same statistics, an average of increase of 22 Chinese tourists creates a new post for British tourist industry. In Morocco, it's quite significant, particularly as some 42,000 Chinese tourists traveled or visited Morocco in 2016, an increase of 300% year on year. The figure is especially impressive given to the fact that the visa requirement was pretty much in place for much of 2016, and when the visa was removed, we had more tourists, up to 7,000 Chinese tourists visiting the country every month. I think that's it's some good news for the country, or for people around the continent. After all, the Westerners moved away in large numbers from the continent after the outbreak of Ebola and terrorism we have in Nigeria, Kenya, and Tunisia, and also the dwindling economies we have here and there. So it's good markets, new markets, wealthy travelers, this time around from China, but it's good business for people in the hotel or travel industry, hotels, safaris and transport industry.
Oui, en effet, il y a effectivement beaucoup d'effets positifs. Pourrait-il y avoir cependant un impact négatif avec une migration de masse de la part des Chinois?
Are there negative ones?
Everybody is thrilled by the prospect of more Chinese tourists. Over the past decades, we have more Chinese citizens, for example, in Morocco, moved into Morocco and never, they stayed coming in there as tourists and never left. And they've established their businesses. They are well known in Casablanca. They own huge businesses, shops, wholesale shops. They deal with Chinese imports. And on the other hand, now that the requirement has been lifted for Chinese specifically, like every other tourist, they could stay for a number of days or a number of months before they are required to get the residence permits. So that could also be alarming, as last year 121 million Chinese traveled overseas. So that's actually more than any other country in the world, and it's forecasted that 150 million more would be, the number will increase to 150 million. The growth is quite imminent. From 2010, the growth was 18 to 20%. That's a lot of population. Do you know that just 6% of the Chinese population possess a passport? So if you have 120 million going overseas, that means if other percentage decide to obtain their passport, more. So more gaze turn towards Africa for tourism, particularly ecotourism. So the question is, are Africans ready to cater for Chinese tourists when they start moving in large numbers? Is that
maybe.
Good question.